American Pickers creator and star Mike Wolfe earned a household name throughout the country while turning garbage into treasure. Mike and his team have been captivating audiences for years with their passion for discovering rare antiques and long-lost historical relics. Conversely, viewers saw significant changes in the most current episodes and wondered, where was Mike Wolfe? This is it. It's over right now. The time has come. Here you can see that he already has a number of items outside. Shout out from this location. So what's the big deal? It looks quite good, I must admit. Hi, what's the big deal over there? It's Mike here, just wanted to say hi. The pleasure of meeting you is mine. A long-running disagreement with Frank Fritz, who has been a co-host for many years, ranks high among the things that have transpired to the man responsible for American Pickers' success. A lot of people have been watching Mike and Frank since the show started in 2020, before their relationship went south. Subtly, it came out that Frank had stopped making appearances on the show, leaving viewers to wonder why he had been gone for so long. Viewers didn't take it seriously at first because it aired during the 2019 viral peak, but once things settled down and the series began, Frank was still missing from every episode. Another option was for Mike to embark on road trips accompanied by his brother Danielle Colby, Jersey John, and Robbie Wolfe, who are all antiques enthusiasts. Speaking about his struggles with alcoholism, Crohn's disease, and severe back pain, Frank said in an interview that he had to withdraw from the program. He finally gave in to the pressure from his supporters and revealed this information. But that wasn't all. He went on to say that he and Mike hadn't talked in 2 years. The interviewee mentioned that Mike was aware that my back was in a bad way, but he did not call me up and inquire about how I was doing. I guess that's just how things are. It seems that Frank thought Mike was planning to cast his brother Robbie in Frank's American Pickers role. Not long after that, Mike addressed the matter by referring to Frank as his brother and offering him good luck. Mike wasted no time in fixing the problem. On top of that, he emphasized that although their journey was not devoid of obstacles, it was the most rewarding in the end. However, Frank did not buy into any of Mike's claims and called his argument BS. Along with that, he stressed how Mike neglected to check on him when he was seriously ill. In a subsequent interview, Mike blamed Frank's addiction for his time away from the program. However, Frank insisted he was never dismissed. Mike's confession followed Frank's exit from the program. Amidst all the ups and downs in 2022, Frank, who had been getting ready to return to the program, had a stroke. The matter was initially brought to the attention of the broader public by Mike, who, as you might expect, requested everyone to pray for Frank in his message. Apparently, having not seen each other in person for years, the two people reunited during Memorial Day weekend. This happened a year following Frank's stroke. Though they reconciled last year, the two were having a falling out at the same time they were having a tough patch at work. It ought to be common knowledge that American Pickers, despite being one of the History Channel's longest-running shows, is currently seeing a considerable decline in viewership. Despite the show's 14-year run on television, the most current season, which debuted only a few months ago, had the lowest ratings. To be more precise, DIY DeLorean attracted less than 500,000 viewers, a marked drop from earlier seasons when every episode averaged over 1 million shares. Almost everyone is wondering what's happening with American Pickers right now. Although many factors are causing the show's ratings to fall, the departure of Frank Fritz, the show's original co-host, is by far the most important. Taking a bath has never happened to me. In this sentence, which sense are you describing? Still, I'm being serious here. It might be the little pony, some wildflowers, or lavender. All of them are just guesses. Is there not a single male employee at this company? Do they happen to have any motor oil or gasoline-scented ones? I promise that from now on I will not buy anything called a little pony and then put it in the tub with me. Even though Mike and Frank seem to have made up, the fans' wish for an on-screen reunion never came true. Mike also took the time to write an emotionally charged post to his friend Frank after his untimely death in September 2022. In response to the declining ratings, the show has undergone numerous adjustments, such as welcoming Robbie Wolfe and Danielle Colby as new cast members and co-hosts, respectively. The producers' alleged treatment of Frank Fritz was a major factor in some viewers' decision to skip the show. The producers' best efforts were not enough to prevent this. Notwithstanding this, American Pickers has received a 27th season renewal, and Mike Wolfe and the rest of the ensemble remain optimistic about the show's future prospects. Our filming schedule consists of 2 weeks of shooting and 2 weeks of recovering. Consequently, I replenish the store's inventory every 2 weeks. Nevertheless, we must split our stock between this site and Iowa. The bulk of the larger objects are located here. We wind up selling via a significant amount of this area because it is a huge metropolitan area. Away from Mike's professional life, Mike's ex-wife Jody Faith was diagnosed with stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2013, a malignancy that might greatly affect her life. Since the illness mostly affects white blood cells, it is likely that the lymphatic system is the origin of the malignancy. The disease lowers Mike and his family were taken aback by the news, which took Jody's commitment to a healthy lifestyle by storm. Jody wasted no time in starting her rigorous therapy regimen in response to her diagnosis. Her medical journey began with surgery and continued with chemotherapy. On top of the regular treatments she was getting, vegan Jody made some changes to her lifestyle. She maintained her strict vegan diet and ramped up her daily exercise routine when, out of the blue, she got the good news that her cancer had gone into remission. She triumphed against the deadly disease by certifying that she was cancer-free through a succession of regular medical exams and visits. Mike and Jody welcomed their daughter Charlie Faith Wolfe into the world in 2012, the year before his wife's cancer scare. Charlie was born with a deformity that affects the upper lip and roof of the mouth. It's called cleft lip and palate. These problems were identified when Charlie was born. If the issue is not properly addressed, it could result in challenges with eating, speech development, and ear infections. This might cause problems in certain locations. However, it doesn't really sound that bad. The parents-to-be went through a wide spectrum of emotions upon hearing the news, and they wasted no time in seeking out the best possible medical treatment for their child. Mike announced his impending departure for American Pickers during that time. He said he should be spending more time with his little kid. Charlie was lucky enough to have multiple reconstructive surgeries to fix the medical issue before she was 2 years old. Her ability to eat and talk effectively improved after surgical operations corrected her defects. Despite everything that has happened, Mike and his partner have always been strong supporters of Operation Smile, a nonprofit that provides free procedures to children with terminal illnesses like the one their daughter has. Their unwavering support for the cause persisted even after Charlie's health began to improve. Even after the treatments were over, they kept. From what we can see in the present day, Charlie's childhood diagnosis has had no impact on her development. In fact, she is doing very well. Mike periodically shares photos of his girlfriend with his Instagram followers, since their connection is the most important thing in his life. But that wasn't the only thing that crossed Mike's mind. His wife of over 9 years, Jody, filed for a dissolution of their marriage in 2020. Their divorce was formalized in December 2021, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason. According to the court filings, they had been living apart since June 2020, and although most people don't give much attention to divorces, especially when they include celebrities, Mike and Jody's split was unusual. In addition to claiming irreconcilable differences, the source states that Jody claimed they couldn't live together and requested a fair division of their assets and debts. Their separation is distressing because of the deep love the pair had for each other. They initially crossed paths in 1994, long before Mike became a household name thanks to his television appearances. Over the course of more than 17 years of dating, they went on several dates before Mike finally asked her to marry him in 2012. The wedding was a small, intimate ceremony attended only by close relatives and friends. Charlie was the name the couple gave their daughter, who was born early that year. Since then, they've been through thick and thin, from health difficulties to media rumors, and they've stuck by each other through thick and thin, even going so far as to publicly praise each other.